Evening, everyone. Been doing some definitions. I got a few more to go over, but let's talk about just exactly what this, according to them, is. Let's come on up here. Freedom, exemption from extraneous control, freedom from all restraints except such as are justly imposed by law, freedom from restraint under conditions essential to the equal enjoyment of the same rights to right by others. Freedom regulated by law, the absence of arbitrary restraint, not immunity from reasonable regulations and prohibitions imposed in the interest of the community. Alright, see, this is where I have a problem, because we've already kind of gotten into a situation. The beginning sounded real nice. Freedom, exemption from extraneous control, freedom from all restraints, except such as are justly imposed by law, which the supreme law of the country is the Constitution. So, hey, as long as they're in line with that, we're good. Freedom from restraint under conditions essential to equal enjoyment of the same right by others. Freedom regulated by law. See, that rule right there, that word, regulated, is a very dangerous one. And that's one Constitution, or I should say, that's the one that Congress likes to go ahead and throw out there very often. And as for Congress, okay, I'm sorry. Let me refocus here. Not immunity from reasonable regulations and prohibitions imposed in the interest of the community. Arnold versus Board of Barber Examiners. Well, you all have this documentation here. You can go look it up if you want. And I'm not going to go too much further into this tonight because I want you to understand one thing. The first part of that definition was pretty much spot on. But when we start throwing things like this word and these sort of things in here, this right here is what we call a court case, and they're citing it. And when you cite court cases, we start getting into something which is called case law. Now, before I get too far, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal advisor. But one thing that I will say as my opinion, my ardent opinion, is that case law is nothing more than opinion. It's how the court ruled that day. It doesn't mean it's law because judges cannot legislate from the bench, as we all know. But if you have someone who is questionable to these facts, hey, send them my way. I'd love to have the argument. I'm willing to have it. But we'll just continue here on one more paragraph. The power of the will to follow the dictates of its unrestricted choice and to direct the external acts of the additional without restraint, coercion, or control from other persons. See Booth versus Illinois. See, here we go again. Since when do definitions have to keep drawing off of fucking case law? It's part of these things that we talk about that undermine the law itself. This is where we start getting into the BS interpretation of it all. So I highly recommend you all get one of these definitions. If you don't have one already, get the Constitution, read it, and here soon maybe I might try one of those live chats. So anywho, y'all God bless, be good, be safe.